Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Wargaming.net League Gold Series. I'm Breaker.
Lisa Edison.
And I'm Skipper Alpha.
And we are a bit uninformed on the teams that are actually playing tonight. So let's go ahead and give them an introduction. Would that happen to be the sheet right in front of us? It would be... Indeed. It's going to be NUMB.
And Intense Honking.
And then we're going to have Elong playing up against Gash plus Night Eagles.
Yep.
All right. So I think we know who of the two teams in our... I guess you'd say our second best of 5 is slated to go on. I mean, hands down, I think it's going to be Elong. Almost no contest, to be honest. NUMB versus Intense Honking? Both those guys are DPS, right?
No. NUMB is not. But NUMB doing really nice too.
Yeah.
No, not bad. And Intense Honking, I think because the late commanders from Insidious Gaming, so he have rich experience on this. So doing pretty good too.
All right, so thinking about when the production crews get the rules sheet up there, it'd be nice to see it sometime soon, right? All right, so here we go. I said here we go?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. So victory condition, basically just kill all of the enemy team's tanks or capture their base within the time limit. Best of 5 tournament system, guys. If you get your entire team's tanks killed or you get the capture, you get 1 point. And the first team to reach 3 points wins in the event that both teams reach 3 points in a best of 5. That means the set ends in a draw and both teams get 1 point. We actually had that happen 2 times day before yesterday, rather. And it was a little bit unexpected, you know, once you stop and think about it. Team efficiency out there, was it not? I'm sorry, who was it? I'm sorry. PvP Super Friends? Or team efficiency. I forget. It was the first best of 5. That's all I can remember, right?
No, actually, the first best 5 we got 1 draw, and the second one got 2.
I know. I know they were both draws, but
Yeah.
I remember one of the teams was up by 2 points versus Charlotte Tiger. I stopped to. I wonder on earth, how can I forget
team
this?
efficiency, right?
I believe so. Yeah. They were up 2 points, and then all of a sudden, Charlotte Tiger, wham! Game number 3 and game number 4 go straight to their pocket. Then game number 5 turns into a draw.
Yep.
A little bit unexpected. And of course, draws in a best of 5 will result in both teams getting 1 point. So let's hop onto the standings now. All right, there we go. Team efficiency at the top. Charlotte Tiger stuck in second. Elong, well, they're tied for second right now, although it does say third. NUMB, not too far behind. This, this could potentially be the one that turns everything around for them. If they win this, they're gonna get in first prize. If they win this, they're not gonna be stuck in fourth anymore. They're gonna be in first. Yeah. But it also depends on what we have from team efficiency.
But do you see that in NVIDIA-ASIA they got 5 points right now, and today they are fighting the Gash plus Night Eagle.
No, that's not NVIDIA-ASIA. That's Elong.
Oh, Elong.
Right.
Okay. So Elong might be the top one today.
Right. So I'm thinking, like, at the end of the night, we could see all of the standings completely flipped around. Intense Honking could be tied for first prize with team efficiency. Team efficiency could be in first prize with 11 points with a strong, solid lead. NUMB could actually be in first prize with 9 points and a strong, solid lead.
Yeah, but Elong got the best chance, I think.
Yeah,
today.
I mean, the second best of 5 is certainly what stands out the most.
Yeah, because they only fighting for 4. They only have 4 matches until right now, right? So the first one, Short Tiger also only 4.
I got a good question. Do you guys think that if Night Eagles wins every one of their games, every one of their best of 5s from here on out, they'll have a chance to make it far into the season finals, the playoffs, if you will? The playoffs at the end of the season, rather, is what I want to say.
I don't think so. They have a gap with the other 7 teams. Not only with the top 4, top 5. They even with the PvP. A big gap, I think.
Right. I mean, it's quite transparent. One blood, undefeated. Oh, I'm sorry. They lost one set. One single best of 5, taking a solid lead, and they're in DPS. Horsemen.
Yep.
not far behind. Front Mission, that one kind of came out of nowhere. What was Front Mission previously known as?
It's a formation too, but the claim is RTA-E, so they're pretty good before, but previous 2 seasons, they're almost a percent. So they are somewhat sure about the new strategy.
All right. Well, I mean, honestly, I think that it's quite solid. We can see, hands down, that One Blood is basically slated to be there at the end of the season, with the playoffs coming, or excuse me, the playoffs that will come towards the end of this season, and they'll have a shot to fight for their right to get into the season finals. And do we know?
But One Blood, they lose to the formation yesterday.
Wow.
Not yesterday, 2 days ago.
Okay, well, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it's what, the top 2 teams from the Silver Series that will be in the playoffs?
First one is One Blood, and the second one is formation right now.
Well,
top two
Top
cannot
two.
The top
advance
2 will
to-
advance to Gold
to
Series
go- yeah.
automatically, so they don't need to go through an up and downs or anything else. The 3rd and
Right.
4th place team will have to play an up and downs with the other 2 teams from the Gold Series. And if they win, well, they can go up to the Gold Series. If they lose, then they'll stay in the Silver Series.
Well, it sounds to me like One Blood can kind of hold their heads high with the, I guess you could say, the free ride ticket, if that makes sense.
Yep, that's right.
But I'm wondering if they get the advantages that the guys in the Gold League get. Do they also get their own tournament accounts, for example? Things like that.
Yeah.
But I guess that's something we can leave to controversy for, I guess
Yeah,
you could
they
say,
do.
media to speculate at. Looking at this set, though, NUMB versus Intense Honking, like, who do you guys think is slated to take this one? I mean, it's hard to say from my perspective.
Yeah, it's really hard, I think, because I think they are pretty close team, pretty close. In his Honking, yeah, they have more rich experience, but NUMB, they do really nice on last season. So I cannot say which one is better, but they are pretty close,
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the season, when we were doing Gold Series for Season 1, which
Yep.
was essentially the end of Season 1, I guess you could say the online finals for Season 1, that was all, that's what I'm looking for. That was all, I mean, they were in the top 8 at the end of the season, and it's hard to say whether or not they're going to be there at the end of this season. Okay, well, Tier 10 tanks, we can see that NUMB is trolling us. And we're still waiting for our other team to get loaded up and ready to go. Honking is all here in lobby. They're all signed in. They're all, I would say, getting close to ready to go. It's just that they're fumbling with their tank selection for the time being. And if we can see what NUMB is doing right now, we already see a single AMX 50-100, an AMX 1390 underneath that, and an OBJ 416. So I'm thinking the OBJ 416 and the 2 AMXs are actually legit picks, but of course Tier 10s,
Yeah.
no, there's no keeping those. All right.
They got the Forge 155, they got 2 mounts,
All right. So, do we know where the season finals will be at the end of Season 2? Has Wargaming announced it yet, or no?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's something to look forward to. It's something to speculate at. I definitely wouldn't mind seeing it here in Taipei. We'd always use some more events that get Taiwan the spotlight because, of course, well, I imagine everything that we do here is cheaper than Korea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
should be.
It should be, yeah, that's right.
I mean, cost of living in Korea, well, just about everything costs a little bit more in Korea, I imagine. But we're talking about, if you're talking about Korea, you're talking about Seoul, and that's like, that half of the country's population lives in Seoul.
Yeah,
And,
that's right.
and every, I guess you could say, county that belongs to Seoul thereof.
Yeah, is there anything outside of Seoul?
I've been to Daegu. I actually, I like the food. I like the, I guess you could say, the traditional feel to the place. But there were some other parts of just living there that kind of drove me nuts just a little bit. But in the end, it panned out. I was there studying abroad for the final semester of my university studies.
How long have you been there?
Oh, just one semester. And
okay.
yeah, I only got a real taste of the esports atmosphere for one day.
Uh-huh.
And I went to the GOM TV studio. Everything looked pretty cool there. They were advertising World of Tanks tournaments back then.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
like they had gold rounds in the studio. And I mean, I didn't see any World of Tanks tournaments per se, but I was just kind of going to get an idea of what everything was like there. And of course, this is where I shamelessly plug in that I was looking at a tournament for a different game.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, they had GOM TV was organizing World of Tanks. WGL last year.
Yeah.
It was called Tanks Asia.
Yeah, Tank Asia.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but we have a totally different rule with other country, Like Russian league, like European league, they have a different rule with Asia. So when Asia team trying to go to, like WCG or other international game, we got big trouble because of the rule is totally different. Yeah, and the
Okay.
map is different.
All right.
Really.
Yeah, the Koreans like to do things their way.
Yeah, we have some map like White Park. You never play. And while you're trying to fighting with other international team, we got big trouble because you used to play some map they never play, and they have a map that you never play.
Right. I think that makes a lot of sense. I mean, a lot of Korean esports circuits tend to do this, but try not to give that too terribly much thought. It looks like we're getting the final tank loadout as we speak. So it's going to be two AMX 1390s, a T69 IS3, and a what?
T32.
From
Okay, 3M30.
Honking.
Yep, from NUMB.
Well, I mean, like, I'm wondering what Honking's
Oh, okay,
final tank
okay,
is going to be. There's
okay.
three, yeah.
Should be a T32 or T69, I guess.
All right. So Edison called all of NUMB's tanks correctly. Oh, T32 IS3.
M50. Okay.
Yeah, I
You
like
gonna
that.
rush?
I like that. Yeah. If they actually rush to the center of the hill, we could actually see them just say, "Hey guys, you took the hill, but now we're taking you out of the hill."
Yeah, like Elon do, right? Elon they use a two M50 100, and
I thought it was only one
and-
AMX 5100
okay.
on this map.
I said, and yeah, but Nvidia SS they use two M50, I think, right? They use four heavy tanks to fight in.
I believe so.
I forgot which team.
I believe so.
It's a PvP or some.
All right.
Okay.
Well, here we are. We're loading out. There we go. It's beautiful, isn't it? Okay. Never get tired of looking at this. Well, at least for the time being. It seems like we change the loading graphics every season.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed this one a lot. Okay, loading up into mines, guys. Figuring out who's spawning on the north and south side. Oh, by the way, while I was out of the country over the weekend, I actually met the team manager of Navi. His name is Igor. And I had drinks with those guys. They're pretty cool. They're pretty cool guys. Well, of course, it wasn't for their World of Tanks team, unfortunately. But spawning to the north side. Give it up for the intense honking. And to the south, it's going to be Team NUMB.
Yep.
Checking things out right
Yeah,
now.
Honking taking the really standard defensive position. Yeah, I think who is that? Haku. Oh, Haku.
Let's see how things go here. Haku's in the hill. And NUMB is looking like they're going on the defensive this game with the spread that they have right now.
Yeah, they have 3 light tank and the other team only have 2. But they didn't try to control the hill first,
Yeah.
Because you have 3, right? So just ask PO, and if you got a chance, kill Haku. If you don't have, just up here and maybe 1 or 2 stay there. Others can live there and trying to go to other defensive position. But in the beginning, you got 3 light tank and give up here is not that smart. No, not okay. It's not that normal. Okay.
All right. For the time being, everything seems to be panning out in a perfectly ordinary format. And it looks like we got actually intense honking doubling around, looking for a penetrable position coming from NUMB, and it looks like they might find refuge in attacking the east side of the map.
Do you remember the PvP using totally identical setup with the NUMB, right? NUMB, actually, I think the NUMB always, they always using the strategy like PvP do. No. Do you remember the setup? It's totally identical to PvP.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And
Except,
the NVIDIA they rush the line 1, right? And kill Batman there.
yeah.
Yeah, right?
I mean, they piled out the shots the way that they needed to precisely, and nothing less. Pseudo Giant actually sitting comfortably behind that cottage there at
Wow.
about Gamma 8.
Wow,
and
do you see the Haku? He's hiking right now.
why is that?
In the left side. Do you see that?
Okay, I see. Interesting.
Yeah.
Not unwarranted. Can't really say what this is all about. Did the commander send him there? Is this something that they found out about on the map that can be exploited?
Yeah, maybe. Wow, you're up here.
Wow.
Right.
Wait,
wow,
wait,
wow,
wait.
wow, wow.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. We can go up there.
Yeah, but
This is key.
yeah, if sometimes you are unlucky, your enemy rush, you are on the hill and you cannot help
Well,
your friend.
at least you can have a draw.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you
They
examine...
gotta cap. They
if
gotta
you-
cap your
Oh,
cast,
yeah, that's
you know.
right. That's right.
If you examine the advantages that he has right here at this position, he can shoot down, he can rain fire on the enemy team, and he's going to be able to deal out just a little bit more damage there simply based on the armor thickness or lack thereof on many tanks when you are firing from a significantly higher angle. So
Right.
Haku's working his way up there, but I mean the turret depression on that AMX 1390 is what's really going to work against him a little bit. He's going to be forced to expose himself just a bit.
Yeah.
He is safe from fire from pseudo NUMB, however. All
Will
right.
he fire?
But you cannot go down,
Yeah.
You can stand there and, if everyone see he's there, maybe, nothing gonna do
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
different.
I
I think
can
they're going
see-
to rush if they found out.
There we
Oh.
go. There we go. Ming getting hit for 284 off of his hull there. And it looks like Haku's just going to be playing eyes on this one. He's just going to be spotting for his team.
Yep.
That's about it. But at the same time, this is a very valuable scout. 3 minutes remaining on the clock, and both sides are just playing this out very calmly, very collectedly, and of course, very carefully. The 3 C's. All right.
Okay, I think it's a draw. Both teams they don't want to push.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to agree with you on that, Edison. I 2 minutes and 45 seconds into the game. If they all rushed in right now, there would definitely be a solid chance of someone winning. But of course, when you're talking about 2 minutes left on the clock, you're talking about firing all the shots off in your cannon, getting a reload if you're an auto loader, and then trying to spend a little bit more time hunting down the tanks that are hiding, the T1 Cunninghams, of course, that are getting towards the outside of the map.
Yep.
So I mean, it's
I'm thinking about something though. Sometimes we see some maybe like team efficiency they got 1 point advance, and they cannot defend at the best. So if some tank like MS50 hiking to the Haku's position, can he shoot someone? Maybe shoot some I3 or KV5, stand on the backs.
Oh, you mean defending over here?
Yeah, on the and might be near the house,
Ah,
right.
Yeah.
And Ajax and Ming are both perfectly aware of the existence of a Haku in the hills.
Yeah, he know. Okay, they just want to draw, so yeah, waiting for 100 seconds.
All right. Well, I think draw is the name of the game, and no, when we say draw, we're not talking about cowboys in the West drawing their revolvers and shooting each other instantly, but we're talking about more like waiting for the clock to just tick down.
Right.
Oh, wait. Pseudo's looking like, oh, he gets knocked out. Okay.
Is it T1?
This is where I think, this is becoming I wouldn't say a bit of a problem, but a lot of teams are definitely leaning towards what's the word I'm looking for? They're leaning towards the draw scenario, if you will. And I tend to think that I feel like we need to go with the one tank lead rule, if that makes sense.
Okay, they got practice right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's 45 seconds. I don't think either team is slated to win. We've been wrong before.
Yeah. Because
But everyone's diving in.
The T1 stand on A1, that means we cannot take it.
Guys, 362 damage, 700 off of assault, 444, 1201. Ming
okay.
is so close to dying, and now he's out.
Yeah, and someone shoot. It's hard to shoot him. Yeah, he's dead here.
And Haku's doing a good job sniping out there.
Oh,
That's exactly what he was waiting for his teammates to do. He was waiting for them to draw fire, but he's taking 775 damage at this moment. Could he be reloading right now, or?
no.
Nah,
No, he
just
got a
staying-
76.
inaccurate. 240 damage off of NUMB, 306 off of Honk like a Sir, 465, 905 off of Ajax, and he is out, O-U-T, out of this game. But as I say that, the clock hits 0-0.
Yeah, but I was really, I think about Haku's position. If they push on the right side and the Haku's, just sniping there, maybe it's working. I think. Yeah. Next time, maybe we're gonna see someone stand there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I speak for us all when I say Mines is the last map that we ever expected to see a draw on. But at the same time,
I think it depends on the team.
Yeah.
If we got NVIDIA Aces, maybe they don't want to take a draw alone. They may not want to take a draw, but if they think about they didn't get that great chance to win. The two teams is really close, so if they don't have that great chance, why not just take a draw? Take a safer way.
well, I mean, like I still want to say like Mines is the least likely map to see a draw, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like there was a, how do I say this? It was great for them to put on a show at the end of the game. But there's something else I wanted to say, but it just slipped out of my mind completely. Let's go to a break, guys.
Okay.
Let's go to break. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Alright, well, we're back on the white screen. I'm not sure what happened to Ruinberg there, but there we go, the game lobby. Alright, so we got 3 AMX-50s, an IS-3, and an AMX-1390 coming out from NUMB on this map. And for Honking, we're going to see 2 AMX-50s, an AMX-1390, and 2 IS-3s. I'm kind of at a loss right now. Edison, I know, like,
Yeah,
well,
it's 2 IS-3, 2 MS-50, 1 MS-13, right?
yeah, but I mean, like,
Uh-huh.
what are the AMX-1390s there for?
Okay, if they're gonna play on the east, they're gonna use the MS-13 to go first.
Ah.
And to check, okay, where is the enemy going, you know? Where are the enemies going?
All right. Well, I actually remember now what I wanted to say just before we went to the break. There's never nothing happening in a game of World of Tanks, even if both sides aren't moving. The clock is running down, and also what else is it? Of course, you've got the in-game engine itself blowing the scenery around. But this last game that we saw on Mines was really something else. We saw someone employ a new strategy that I guess. Well, we've never seen it before here in the Wargaming League. So, I guess you'd say we learned something new today. If you guys didn't know about that spot and getting up there with the AMX-1390, you just learned something new.
Yep. Okay, I think until right now, we got most of job on the Hemmelsdorf, I think. The second one might be the Ruinberg.
Oh yeah, Hemmelsdorf is painfully common to get a draw.
Yeah.
Spawning to the south, we do have Intense Honking, and to the north, it's going to be Team NUMB. And it looks like we kind of got an even spread coming from Intense Honking, and the same coming from NUMB. But I'm a bit afraid. Okay. That's where the AMX-1390s are going. All right. Well, they're about to cross paths, and not only that, NUMB actually has a heavy tank to back up that AMX-1390. But looks like he breaks away with very little trouble. I wish I knew who that guy was. There he is, Haku.
Yep.
He gets away. All right. He has a safe position for the time being. Was spotted by Furbex. The score is 1-1 because game number 1 did end in a draw.
But no, the position for the number right now is quite bad. I have to say that. Okay.
Wait, Intensifies is under a lot of heat right now,
Yeah,
getting hit by Pseudo there, and Pseudo got the first reload, so he's going to be able to take Honking down. Honking Intensifies if he's not careful.
Okay.
Death's guys took Vindia.
I think there's a disconnect
Yeah.
happening.
There's a
disconnect?
disconnect.
Yep, it's said by Furbex.
Furbex called a DC. Not sure what our ruling is right now. And it looks like that disconnect came from Horse from Team NUMB.
Yep.
Looks about right.
Is it a disconnection? Shouldn't a disconnection be a turret?
No. If he stand there, didn't move it, you know, he cannot stand like this one. If he is like pressure double R or while he is moving and disconnect, his turret gonna tower his back, so it's different.
Okay.
All right. Well, I mean, this is how do I say this? This is like a shot. Do we continue with this game or do we just remake based on the disconnect of Horse? That is the real question to ask right now.
Yeah, well, actually, according to the rules, if someone died or someone got shot, the game should continue.
Yeah, but that's before disconnect. But you know,
Yeah,
the horse might be disconnect before
the T1 fight, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Well, we have to relay those rules back to the players right now.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be easy to communicate, to be honest. Never something really pretty, but I mean, there's 4 minutes left on the clock as we're typing this out. So maybe we'll see NUMB with a valid opportunity to hold their ground. It all comes down to positioning. They do have, a lot of firepower left in what they have with this present tank composition. All right, so apparently what is coming from Furbex is Horse disconnected before firefighting ever occurred in game. So now we have to, based on the disconnect, we're going to have to go ahead and go back. All right.
Okay, we got waiting for a horse back comeback.
That's what happens when you hook your Ethernet cable up to a kangaroo. It's just gonna hop away with it. You know, shouldn't do that. Shouldn't do that. Sorry, guys. Oh boy, sorry about the Australian jokes, guys. I'll lay off. I'll lay off. Okay. So I guess for the time being, we just wait for everyone to remake and stop and think for a minute about how this game is going to pan out. If the disconnect is going to affect the strategies employed by either teams at this stage and their decision making going into this game yet again when we do remake, that kind of thing. But for the time being, we basically called everything. We said we're going to go ahead and remake, and the production crew agreed. So I think maybe now it might be a good time to take everything to a short break.
Okay.
Alright guys, we are back now. Everything seems to be a-okay. No changes whatsoever to the tank loadout. And looks like we're still missing someone in the game lobby. It's actually supposed to be Honking's No, I'm sorry.
I think everyone's here.
Alright, so he's just, yeah, these guys are just the spare players, I guess you'd say. Let's say something happens. In case something happens to someone who's already in game. But here we go. Getting back into game number 2, guys. Sorry about that delay. Alright, so I don't think we're going to see a draw on this map, but at the same time, oops.
Oh.
What is wrong? Okay, Himmelstar flooded.
Yeah, maybe Himmelstar did. Because it's the next map's intro.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, because they put it in order, right? So they played once, they played the second map, and they played the third map.
All right.
Yeah, so they are playing the third map Central. Well, actually, we are rematching, so it should be Runeberg.
All right, well, spawning to the south, once again, it's Intense Honking, and their Crimson opponents spawning to the north would be Team NUMB.
Yeah, but NUMB doing the same setup again, because of on previous match. I mean the rematch one. The Intense Honking already see how enemy moving, So they might trying to catch the heavy tank on the D3, So if someone see him there, maybe they're gonna rush in.
Honking Intensifies actually switches his position based on what he had encountered previously versus Pseudo NUMB. He's not going to be hiding behind the fountain.
Yeah.
Alright, so he's going to get vision of Pseudo, but he's not going to have vision of what's behind Pseudo.
Yep.
So I think that disconnect is kind of giving us a little bit of foreshadowing of some altered play coming from Team NUMB, and also from Intense Honking as well. Shots fired, nothing connecting thus far. And for the time being, we're just waiting for both sides to play their picks and take advantage of their present situations. I feel like if Intense Honking knew right now that Horse is nowhere near the rest of NUMB, they would probably just dive in on the capture flag. They would, I think, what do you think of that guess, Edison? I mean, like, if they were to just rush the capture flag from the city center, how do you think that would work for them?
It's really dangerous because of, NUMB got 3 M50. The M50 not only the firepower, nice firepower, because of the speed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he can come back to the like A7, A8 to cover the best capture very soon. So I don't think the Horse, not a Horse, the Intense Honking gonna take the risk.
All right. Yeah, it sounds like a logical statement. I actually didn't look at the.
Best of chance for the Intense Honking is kill the Jock. I mean the I3, maybe 1 minute ago on the C3 is the best chance for them. But I think the I3, he smells some trouble there, so he lives there. And right now, I don't think the Intense Honking have like great chance to capture and win. Current position right now is really defensive, so I cannot see any action they gonna take on it right now.
Desky's now chasing Pseudo NUMB, and I feel like Honking Intensifies and Desky's kind of have him trapped rather between a rock and a hard place. They know where he is, but they don't know what is behind him, and the answer to that is really absolutely nothing. But look at the relocation on the minimap right now. NUMB's actually this could be something that works against them.
Yeah, they're trying to go to the south, but no one knows if that's working.
Well, if they start capturing right now, it's hard to say who would win. It's going to come down to decision making at that moment. Intensifies takes 57 damage on his T1 Cunningham, and returning fire at Pseudo there gets 94 HP off of him, and the T1 Cunningham at the south end of the map actually poking forward for the time being. For the rest of the NUMB team, there we go.
Wow.
Intensifies takes him out. It's hard to say what happens from here on out, but I think that means we're going to see Intense Honking poke forward, and I think that means NUMB is going to let them poke forward, maybe. I think that was a bait. I think that was kind of a trap. Maybe. Like, that was the cheese on the mouse trap, if that makes sense.
Okay.
All right.
We got 3 minutes, and we still have 2 heavy tank on G1 and G2. Okay, they start to push. That's nice. Maybe they're gonna take the strategy as Ben said.
All right. Well, so far that T1 Cunningham being put to the side for the time being. Just, I feel like there's nothing too terribly critical happening at this moment, but Honking is pushing. They're looking like they're getting closer and closer to that capture point.
Yeah.
And what's the reaction from NUMB? They're going to go for their enemy's capture point. So this is going to come down to decision making.
They are waiting for the Intense Honking capture. If they capture on the south part, they're going to capture too. And because the Intense Honking do not have any tank can reset the capture. And if they do such action, they might lose this one.
right? Intensifies initiates the capture for Honking, and he's being followed up immediately by his teammate Guys. But what's the reaction from NUMB? They're not doing too much at the moment. Well, there goes the capture, or at least the initiate on it, and that gets a reset. NUMB is going to start the capture on this base, but they're not going to do it before taking Crouching Tiger out of the game. He's actually there in T1 Cunningham, and his position is not looking all that spectacular. He doesn't even flank, he says, or excuse me, he doesn't even flinch, rather. He just wants to go for the shot. Right now it's Honking with the capture lead, but all we have to see from NUMB is basically them get one shot to connect, and they get a reset, which is what we just saw. And it looks like NUMB is slated to take game number 2. Definitely now with that capture reset. But wait a minute, we've got another reset coming in from Intense Honking. They're struggling right now to get their AMX 1390 out to the front lines.
You know, NUMB got really nice chance right now.
75, 76, 77, 79. Turns the corner. There's the shot.
Wow,
Missed.
Miss it again.
Second one connects.
Wow.
And it looks like this could be either side's game. Could actually go into a draw. AMX 1390 does fall. Furbeck's still in the game, taking 333 damage and 330 from his teammate. Rather, 623 now off of Furbeck's, 228 off of Fluffy Grits. Furbeck's now out of the game. Horse is next on the hit list, and it looks like Honking might get the capture if they're lucky. If not, this is probably going to basically boil down into a draw. There's 3 tanks remaining for NUMB.
Wow.
That is 576 off of Honk like a boss.
Oh!
863 now, but that takes the enemy tank out of the game.
Okay. And he have to kill this guy right now.
Yeah.
Maybe they're gonna lose me.
This is looking a lot like a draw.
Okay, it's a draw.
Maybe.
They don't have a time.
Yeah, it's
They don't have a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have me clenching my teeth. Well, the score is 2-2 right now, guys. Okay. Well.
I have to say, this guy's reaction is really nice. You know.
That's
right. They know. Okay, maybe we cannot finish the capture, or he found someone there. Okay. He put a T1 on the base. On the first moment, he know, okay, we cannot capture the base because there is 3 enemy on our base.
Oh yeah.
We got to deal with them first. So I think his reaction is good, and he uses 3 to heavy tank with 1 light tank, right? Go back to base and kill everyone there. That's really nice, I think. You know.
I don't know. I look at it this way, and I think to myself, what if NUMB had a 4th tank in that position? Maybe, because they just needed 1 shot to get the reset on their own base. Might have worked out in the end, but you know, that's just speculation.
Yeah, but I say NUMB is doing really good too. They know, okay, this guy you gonna capture our base. I gonna send 3 to your base and use 2 to defend. But finally, that 3 doing not that good. I would say, you know, you got 3 light, 3 tank to 3 versus 3. Finally, you know, everything is done.
Well, you know, that's just the way it pans out at the end of the day. Let's take it to a short break, and then after that, game number 3. All right, guys, we are back with game number 3, and this one's going to be the final game. But the question is who, if either of our teams are going to take a draw. Well, excuse me, take the win.
Yeah, but here's a hemisphere.
I don't know. I dare say, I think, yeah.
Might be a draw.
Most likely, I mean, this would be the most likely contender for a draw. But I would dare say that one side or the other will try to be going for a YOLO swag on this map, and it could, potentially pull out the win. But yeah.
But the both teams really play more defensive and separately, so maybe it's a draw. If someone moves to the northwest, that means the other team will really hard to push. Maybe they can like hide the T1 and push it on like 1 or 2 minutes.
Alright, well, we're back with the correct loading screen graphic. And both teams have the same exact loadout. It's going to be 3 AMX 50s and 2 IS3s for both sides, in addition to T1 Cunningham spawning to the north. Give it up for NUMB. And to the south, it is Intense Honking. So, for the time being, I do think this game is... Yeah, it's going to turn into Campersdorf instead of Himmelsdorf, I think. Or will it? Wait a minute.
Yeah, I think so. Look at what NUMB is doing.
Yeah. Okay, nice.
Yeah, they're doing the northwest camping strategy right now.
Quite the common strategy to employ, honestly, on this map. I mean, 9 times out of 10, if you have that 1 point lead, it's going to work out for you. But looks like in this particular position, that might not be happening. We're talking about, well, I don't know. I kind of call that back now that we have Intense Honking kind of regrouping and taking a different route of attack.
Yeah, but the tank setup for the NUMB is not that good because the joke is M50. If he stand there for defensive capture circle, it's not that easy because the turret is really weak.
At this point, I'm thinking we're gonna see maybe a draw. We're gonna have. I think diving straight in here at this point is perhaps a total mistake coming from Intense Honking. They could potentially push the western flank there if they can get Vindy out of the game from NUMB. But at the same time, we got Ming and Furbex there to back him up.
Yep.
And once Vindy is dead, he's not going to be able to spot Fluffy Grits going up that line. Shots fired thus far, but no connections.
Oh.
And it looks like Crouching Tiger gets knocked out there. Vindy holds. He knew exactly what was coming there, I think.
It's track.
Man.
He missed.
Yeah, he's been spotted. Guys has been as well. There we go.
Finally.
Now Vindy's out of the game. But I don't think Fluffy Grits was revealed there. In exchange, Guys takes 308 damage. So, I mean, he's kind of in a position that he doesn't want to be after all of that, to be honest. Well, both sides just lost their T1 Cunninghams. When you examine this kind of situation, I mean, it's... How do I put this? It's completely even, and neither side is willing to budge. Okay, well... Looks like we got... Oh, wait, some repositioning coming in here from Angered, as well as Guys and Fluffy Grits. They're relocating for the time being, as well as DCL-16. And everyone is actually for the time being. I think they're actually going to try and find a different angle of attack. What do you think of them coming in from the east side of NUMB's base?
Yeah,
their spawning point.
They might be, send someone separate to the A7 and another one go to the line 5, but I don't think they're gonna take a risk, At least he gonna hide the T1 first, send the T1 to maybe the K1, and push it on last 2 minutes.
Well, We've got 3 minutes to see what happens in game. I mean, that's enough time to pull out a win from either side. And I don't think NUMB is going to try and pull out any YOLO swag shenanigans. They want to play this out very conservatively.
Yep.
And I think it would really be something else to see 3 draws in a row from the Wargaming League Asia.
Yeah, today, the first time.
Yeah, I mean, if we get the first draw today, then that means 3rd in a row because the 2 games from Tuesday were actually draws themselves. But hold that thought. Honk like a boss, turning the corner. Nice hit there for 390 damage onto Horse, who's now going to come back and try and rebel versus that. Ajax now getting a little bit out of his own comfort zone. I'm not entirely sure about this decision for the complete repositioning coming from NUMB.
Yep.
All right, Ajax is open and takes 402 damage. Death Guy is angered, and Fluffy Grit's gonna turn this corner and unload everything they got. Joke and Horse also struggling to relocate as we speak. Joke is gonna turn that corner and see 3 very big, painful tanks that he does not want to fight head on. He knows they're there too.
Yeah.
But Honk like a boss and DCL 16 just going in, saying you only live once. NUMB, Ajax 841 and out of the game. This looks promising. If it's any game that we could see intense honking win, it would probably be this one. 939 off of Death Guy, 336 off of Angered. Joke taking 921 damage. Horse turning the corner, 302 off of him, 336 off of Fluffy Grits. And it looks like we've got in the background Honk like a boss. DCL the 16th diving in behind the windows. 229 off of Joke. 333 off of Horse, and it looks like Angered's taken down, but this is now a 2 versus 2 situation back over there for our red Robins, if you will. This is not looking too good for them at the moment. There's 60 seconds left on the clock, and this is turning into now a 1 versus 5 situation. If there's any game that we could actually see NUMB win, it would definitely be this one. They've got to find that T1 Cunningham and get him out of the game.
Yeah, but the T1 they only have 1 minute. It's too late.
Maybe. I think you're right. He's hiding in one of the most safe positions on the map. 387, a ram for 391 coming from Ming. And will the shot bounce or will it be one that takes him out of the game? Shot from Honk like a boss is a bounce, but the one from Ming is not. And of course we've got Honking intensifies, just running for his life, trying to stay alive. But wait, there's 30 seconds left. He's running towards the T1 Cunningham. Does he know that? Okay, that spot I'm not so sure about. Because,
I think it's
yeah, it's a draw. It's too late. They needed like 40 seconds to find a T1. Maybe they know where is a T1 because we saw so many teams that hide the T1 there, So, yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, Joe. Sorry, Joe.
Yeah, third draw in a row. Third draw in a row after what we saw on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Anything else to throw at that?
No.
Both of our teams get 1 point.
Yeah.
I mean, we all saw what happened there, and I think we've seen it happen basically, well, so many times over already. But the T1 Cunningham was hiding while we actually had the rest of Team NUMB diving in on the home team, trying to clear everyone out. So, kind of summarizing it in a nutshell, I think we're gonna. You think we're gonna see better games in the next set, Edison?
Yeah, I think the next one we won't see any draw, maybe. But
yeah.
not cannot say that, but God, at least we cannot see the 3 draw again. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because their power is different. Every day they love to attack, so I don't think they're gonna camp there and waiting for enemy coming. So maybe we're gonna get a faster match later, I think.
All right. Well, let's see how things go after this short break, guys. Don't go away. We'll be back with Elong versus Gas Plus Night Eagles in just a minute.